Just like you have content on the inside of your head that governs you and steers you in a direction that you want to go. Principles, ideas, encouragements, preferences. It's a kind of going left or right in an idea sense. So to be thankful or to be positive, to be diligent, the word diligent is an idea and a concept on the inside of your head that if you do live by it, it will guide you and lead you towards where you want to go. And obviously you have taken the time to figure out what does the word diligence mean, and it's one of the things you have in your back pocket, and it guides and forms your future, your present, and not so much your past because it's already happened, but maybe some of your past things. Anyway, so it's content and ideas on the inside of your head. And it's good, and we have so much of that nowadays. Most people are in kind of self-help processes, or seeing your life coach, or hanging out with your friend, or speaking to your psychologist, or having your kind of personal practice, and you've garnered these ideas and this content in your head that's steering you towards your preferable future. And this is good, and I'm glad that you have that. If you do, which I'm sure you kind of do by now. So what does embody mean? Sure, you want to take those words and ideas and you want to embody them and you want to be them and you want to become them. But I'm taking it a little bit even further, a little bit closer, a little bit more practical to the actual body. And you yourself and your ideas want to be on the inside of a very physical thing that you are sitting inside of on the other side of the screen. So you have most probably 2 arms, back, you have legs, and you have a head. This is your body. It is highly complex. It's muscles and it's neurons in your head. It's nerves, it's blood, it's bones. It's wonderful. It's this funny, like, living organism that we spiritually get to, like, that we're interconnected with. So apparently on the academic front, that the dualistic separation between the mind and the body has come and gone. And there's this enormous acknowledgement about it being one organism type of thing. But the funny thing is we still live so much in our heads, our ideas and our principles and our encouragements that we live according to. And then on the separate side, we go to the gym and we eat healthy and we do all of these things. So we treat it separately still for some reason. Now, if you want to think that though your mind and your body is one and the same thing, it is true that you can use your rational self to bring your body into a type of discipline. But it is also true that you can use your body that affects your mind, because they're one and the same thing. So they mirror images. So what I want to advocate and help encourage you to understand and know very deeply is that that which you are here physically is who you are. But there is, just like with ideas, there are preferable ways to do things and go about business and go about life and relationships, etc. There are preferable directions and ways about the body. Number one, to acknowledge that there's a natural organization that you can get to know and you can encourage and help support for it to flourish in your life. Number two, whether you do it or not, your body is going to dictate to you how you experience the situation. And if you cannot integratedly learn to live and be and move inside this body as a thinking organism, that they are one and the same thing, you just miss out on an enormous proportion of the richness of life and that which is in your own hand to guide and to control and to enjoy and to experience. So you do want to be embodied. You want to get yourself on the inside of your body. You want to notice your own personal reactions to things, and you want to learn how to guide this meat sack, because it's not just a meat sack. It is who you are. It's the mirror image of what's happening here. Again, I'd like to encourage you by saying it's not perhaps just you that's inside of your body, but it's also the line that you come from. It is your culture. It is the things that you've put into your mouth. It is the work that you do if you're a violinist or if you have an enormous amount of stress or whatever. These things inform your body and they create what it is. But if you can, wake up and you can notice and build a relationship with how that body has been responding to its outside circumstances. And you go, okay, I'm going to say no to and habitual response, which I may have gotten from my grandmother, but I also get from my work, and then I also get from my annoying friend, or that I also get from whatever. So you notice this, you notice yourself. You wake up on the inside of your own body and you say, oh, this is my body and this is how I've been responding. And you stop and you say, there goes a helicopter. And you stop and you say, I shall choose. I shall choose how my body responds. I shall choose and I shall learn how to guide it in any circumstance so that I have my full self at my disposal. Not just my content, my cognitive ideas and so forth, but my physiological meat bag response. I have that in my hand as well. And with both of them, you just have so much more of yourself in your own self's hands. So, I don't know, the Alexander technique is a very fine practice. If there are teachers in your area, please do go for some lessons. There are many type of practices like that, but this one seems to be just one of a kind, man. It helps the nervous system notice its coordination, its patterns, and it helps and supports and leads it to stop and to redirect a natural integration, which is neck free, head forward and up, back to lengthen, back to widen, hips free, knees to go forward and away. Got quiet shoulders and your arms lengthening to the fingertips. So those, yes, are ideas of your content brain, but they are engaged with the meat sack. So you use your brain to wake up, and here you are. Nice. And you say, what am I doing with my body? Because my body speaks to me subconsciously the whole time. It tells me, go left, go right, go up, go down. And if you're not aware of what it is saying to you, and you do not yet have the reins of how to guide the body, you are largely at the mercy of very strong unconscious physiological patterns that have more sway over you than your rational thinking in trying times, definitely, and then also just in life in general. So it's a substantial, fundamental, wonderful practice to learn how to stop, to learn how to say, I allow my neck to be free, I allow my head to go forward and up, I allow my back to lengthen and widen, I allow my hips to be free, my knees to go forward and away, my shoulders are quiet, my arms lengthen to the fingertips. And it's not that you just do it once, but you learn how to just think it through in your day as you do things. That is an angle grinder, which I hope you cannot hear, but anyways. So as much as we want inspirational content, encouragements, business strategies, everybody's so informed about how to help yourself, how to be a better person, and how to go in this direction towards infinity and beyond. But let us also know that we are guided by our meat bag, our body. We are guided by the subconscious patterns that we did get from our grandparents and their parents, and from our parents, and from the work that we do, and from the stress that we experience in this wonderful life we're living at the moment in the world. So all of that speaks subconsciously to your body, and your body speaks subconsciously back to you. So if you have the skill, and if you develop the skill of being able to notice yourself, notice your body, and say, I'm doing all these things. I'm going to do nothing. And I'm going to allow something natural to be. I'm going to learn how to keep allowing that natural thing to be and is and live. And as it oozes through me and directs me, when I find myself in a situation and I notice that I pull myself down, or I notice that I pull my shoulders up, or I notice that whatever, there's 1,000 things you'll notice once you start thinking of a free neck. Then you can notice that happening in your body, and you could say, okay, well, I have an alternative. I can just stop. I can notice this, and I speak to my body very unpsychologically, and I just say, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pull my head back and down. I'm not going to shorten my stature. I'm not going to pull my knees into my hips. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to fix my eyes. And you practice slowly, day in, day out, just the words, and that they run through your head, and that they are directed toward the organization of your body. And so we become more intelligent. And so we become more conscious. And so we become more embodied. And so we feel better and we have a nicer life, and we're not at the mercy of the things that are trying. You are not just a brain. You are not just a brain. You are alive. And you are spoken to behind your own back through your body. But if you learn how to embody yourself and you guide that body, then you are your full self. This is good.